Hello and welcome back to the MonsterTalk Report. Once again, we are continuing to follow Stadium Championship Series Red as this week the tour moves to Miami, Florida at Lone Depot Park. Already the hype began to set in when the show featured the return of the regular POD or St. Louis styled racing that hadn't been seen in the United States since Cleveland and Landover of 2022. The tour's points yet again remain to be interesting as Camden Murphy heads into the event with the points lead. Will he stay on top, or will the other drivers try to win it all in Miami? Well, there's only one way to find out, so let's take a look at our field of trucks. Our field of competitors tonight consists of Adam Anderson and Gravedigger, Tom Mentz and Max D, Todd LeDuc and Megalodon, Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid, Bryce Kenny and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, Caleb Blood and Soldier Fortune, Jamie Garner and El Toro Loco, Cole Vernard and Black Pearl, Paul Jensen filling in for Travis Murray and Velociraptor, Mike Christensen and Vendetta, Matt Pagliarulo and Jester, and Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. This week, Wayne was able to talk to Tom Mentz, Paul Jensen, and Mike Christensen about the upcoming weekend on Stadium Series Red.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the man, 14-time world champ, Tom Mentz. Tom, we saw you in Anaheim. You were out there in the pit party, in the water, in the river. You got out, you got an overall event championship. Now you're here in Miami. What do you got for the Miami fans?
You know, I've never been in this building. It's super cool to finally be here. And I want to make sure that everybody here knows at the end of the day that I'm going to burn my name into this dirt. They'll never forget me after today.
That's right, and you got an overall, like I said, you could do it again, and you're one of the most consistent drivers this year so far, according to the stats. You went from last place, and now you're almost first place in the standings. You're, I believe, top 5 right now. What do you have to say to Camden Murphy and all those other people that think they're going to take the win?
Well, Camden's definitely a good talent, you know, no doubt about it, and there's a lot of good talent on this tour. You know, little by little, we've worked our way up to second place. We're here, and we hope to stay there.
Yeah. You heard it from Tom Mentz. Thank you, Tom. Good luck out there. Hello, everybody. I'm here with Paul Jensen, driver of Jurassic Attack for this weekend. Paul, great to see you. Welcome back to driving for a weekend. I know you've been busy at home, but what do you got for the fans here in Miami and to say there to all the fans that didn't know where you were for a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm excited to be here in Miami. You know, I had a good showing last year here and practiced last night. Felt really good in the truck. I went ahead and practiced twice just to kind of get a feel for the corners and things like that. So, you know, as always, we're here to put on a good show. If the truck gets broke, it's no big deal. We're going to fix it. So, you know, I've been busy with my construction company. So, you know, I'm kind of filling in this week for Travis Mowry. His wife had a kid, you know, a few days ago. So, and then Jeff Souza will be here in Tampa next week. And then Travis will be back.
That's pretty cool. And lots of different drivers that you usually wouldn't see here on the stadium tour. Are you happy to be back here? Last year was an incredible one for you. I remember the endo is definitely one of the craziest moments in the skills competition, and freestyle was a blast too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think I made it to the finals the second day in racing, and then yeah, that, I don't know what that was. That 40-mile-an-hour stopping into the dumpster wasn't exactly one of my finer moments, but a lot of people have came back this year and said that's what made the show last year. So hopefully we can do something spectacular without landing in a dumpster.
Everybody, I'm here with Mike Christensen, driver of Vendetta. Mike, it's good to see you, man. Saw you in St. Louis.
Yeah.
How you doing today?
It's good to see you. I kind of feel like you're following me a little bit because there's a bunch of shows that you just randomly show up at, but you never make like an announcement that you're coming. So kind of getting a little creeped out about this frog thing, just randomly showing up to random cities.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mike. This is my home turf. I drove over here. I think you followed me and the frog over here, the fluorescent frog.
Did I follow you to St. Louis? I don't think so.
I think so.
No,
I've been meeting up there for 1 year. I don't know.
I'm sure. What, is there a bunch of frog legs up there that you go to like some convention and try to taste the best frog legs? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Mike, I thought you told me that you like to barbecue the frogs and stuff last year.
I mean, that I do. That is pretty good. Frog legs taste like chicken, so it's not that bad.
Man, I heard he's gonna be driving with you today, just like last year.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll probably strap him in, maybe zip tie him around his throat right against the tube, and if I roll over, he'll be the first thing to hit dirt. So we'll see how it goes.
Dude, I'm looking forward to it, Mike. And you've been doing good in St. Louis. The chassis is working well. It's new, and the shocks are working good. Do you have all your equipment basically handled?
After St. Louis, I mean, I broke a lot of stuff. We got it somewhat pieced back together on Sunday. We found more broken stuff. So there's a lot of things that we fixed over the week to get us ready for here. But she's back 100%, ready to burn it down here in Miami.
You heard it from Mike. Good job and good luck, buddy.
Miami proved to be a game changer in this series with a different style track. Starting off with racing at Event 1, in Round 1, Soldier Fortune defeated Jester, Vendetta defeated Megalodon, Black Pearl defeated Kraken, and Gravedigger defeated Max D. In Round 2, Bakugan Dragonoid defeated Soldier Fortune, Vendetta defeated El Toro Loco, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior defeated Black Pearl, and Velociraptor defeated Gravedigger. In their semi-finals, Bakugan Dragonoid defeated Vendetta, and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior defeated Velociraptor. The final round pitted last week's racing winners in St. Louis together. In the end, however, it would be Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid defeating Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. The track provided some interesting two-wheel skills routines as drivers tried new things. In third place was Todd LeDuc and Megalodon, who performed a solid moonwalk off the center jump, riding it all the way to the tunnel area and performed a solid bicycle, which almost saw him roll it over completely, but managed to save it. Taking second place was Tom Manson Max D, who would pull off yet another clean maximum moonwalk off the backflip ramp, along with an amazing moonwalk off the center jump that saw him ride it back into the jump and almost stick the wheelie at the end, but unfortunately rolled over. Taking first place was none other than Jamie Garner in El Toro Loco, who pulled off a reverse popper and a sky wheelie into somersault for the skills competition win in Miami Event 1. In freestyle, there were loads of amazing moments that drivers threw down, as many of them tried attacking this intriguing course. In third place was Cole Vernard in the Black Pearl, who really just had a solid run all around with some great momentum, big air, a cross thread near the conclusion of the run, and a perfect backflip. Vernard's truck also got a little hot at the end of the run, as Black Pearl would go up in flames after what was an incredible run. In second place was none other than the maroon-colored Jestalade with Matt Pagliarulo. The rest of the run featured some great hits along with the perfect backflip and some big air. A big surprise to see the Jester team at the top of the leaderboard in freestyle, but would for sure help him out in the point standings. Taking the freestyle win for Event 1 in Miami was none other than Adam Anderson in Gravedigger. The run features some huge air moments with again just generally great momentum and another clean backflip. Your overall event champion leaving Miami Event 1 was Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. Event 2 seemed to be promising, with drivers getting used to the new track layout. The big story for the event, even before it even started, was that Velociraptor and Paul Jensen would not compete. Dalton Widener was reportedly hurt in Newark Event 3 after a failed mini-flip attempt. So, Paul Jensen would fill in for Dalton, and Velociraptor would not compete. Do note that Velociraptor also had engine issues from Event 1, so it seemed to line up perfectly with Jensen heading over to Arena Series East. In round 1 of racing, Kraken had a bye run as Velociraptor did not compete, Megalodon defeated Black Pearl, Vendetta defeated Jester, and the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior defeated El Toro Loco. In round 2, Gravedigger defeated Kraken, Megalodon defeated Soldier Fortune, Bakugan Dragonoid defeated Vendetta, and Max D defeated the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. In the semi-finals, Megalodon defeated Gravedigger and Bakugan Dragonoid defeated Max D. For the first time on the series, Todd LeDuc puts Megalodon in the final round of racing against Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. And in addition to it being a first-time spot in the finals for LeDuc in 2023, he takes his very first event win of the season over Camden Murphy. The skills challenge again was filled with amazing two-wheel attempts as drivers again used the different layout to their advantage. In third place was Cole Vernard in the Black Pearl, who pulled off a great reverse popper and rode it out into a slat wheelie along with a nice moonwalk into wheelie combo to close out his skill routine. In second place was Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, successfully pulling off 2 incredible moonwalks off the center jump and one of the 2-wheel skills jumps that also saw him combo it into a small wheelie. Taking the skills challenge win for event 2 in Miami was Tom Mance in Manx D. Mance would pull off a clean maximum moonwalk off the backflip ramp along with a momentum moonwalk and riding it back into the center pod before rolling it over in a similar manner to event 1. Freestyle, like event 1, had incredible moments as drivers really threw down for the fans. In third place for freestyle was Jamie Garner in El Toro Loco. Again, another very enjoyable run from Garner with some big air, great pace throughout the run, and another perfect backflip. Taking second place in freestyle was Todd LeDuc in Megalodon. After what has been a very tough start to the 2023 season, LeDuc's run in Miami Event 2 was easily his best of the season so far. Keeping the pace going throughout, big air, and a perfect backflip. Taking the freestyle win in Miami Event 2 was Camden Murphy in the Buckle Gun Dragonoid. Murphy's run yet again was filled to the brim with amazing action. More amazing air, the greatest momentum of the night, even cross-threading it a little bit, not to mention what has been Camden's patented move this season, that being the backflip to moonwalk on one wheel. However, taking the overall event championship was Todd LeDuc in Megalodon as the amazing weekend in Miami comes to a close. Stadium Championship Series Red's points battle is heating up as Camden Murphy entered Miami as the series leader with some heavy hitters still on his tail. Murphy still leads the series with 189 points, however Bryce Kenny now leaps up into second place with 165 points. Adam Anderson bounces back after a hard and unfortunate weekend in St. Louis as Tom Mance slips down from a tie for third place with Bryce Kenny to fourth place in this series standings. Jamie Garner again continues his amazing season in El Toro Loco by taking 5th, with his teammate Cole Vernard again still behind in 6th. Todd LeDuc finally gets out of his slump over his disappointing start to the season by taking 7th place on the tour. Caleb Blood takes 8th place, Travis Mary's Velociraptor takes 9th place, Nick Pagarulo takes 10th place, Matt Pagarulo moves up from last place to take 11th, and Mike Christensen moves down into last place. Stadium Championship Series Red had another solid weekend of action in Miami. The change in track style gave drivers the chance to try something new and allowed drivers like Todd LeDuc to really rise back up into the top of the series standings. The top 5 continue to prove to be interesting. Camden Murphy looks to be running away with the championship series, but anything can happen leading into this weekend's event in Tampa, Florida. Another outdoor location may prove to be battling the conditions as the weather currently is not looking too good. Jeff Souza will take over Velociraptor as Mary still takes time off due to the birth of his new child. And speaking of which, a big congratulations to Kaylin and Travis as they celebrate the birth of their second child. Now, let's hope for the drivers and fans' sakes that the weather remains good in Tampa this weekend. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon with some more Monster Truck content.